second here. Gotta change this. Okay. Alright guys, and just like that, I'm a bionic man. My, what would you call this, back brace has come in for my broken vertebrae, so now I can only sit upright, and it's great. I really like it. But, anyway, today, as you can probably see on the bottom, we're going to be working on sort of polishing up the game, fixing the jump and climb mechanic. I've just noticed that there's some sort of inhibitors when you're climbing, where like sometimes when you slide, it bounces you off the wall for some reason. And really, I just never went through and polished any of the design variables. I'm just going to try to make it fun today, essentially. I mean, it's already pretty fun, but there are some blockers that are pretty annoying. And I think that's pretty much, because there's really not a crazy amount left to do. I'm like racking my brain here because I actually don't care about this. I don't want this because it's going to be too hard for them to control anyway. Let players walk and climb on their soak. Okay, we got that. Drop soakers and climb on wall. We got that. Okay, and this is pretty game breaking. But I don't know what makes it happen, so we'll find that bug later. But yeah, I don't really even know. Okay, so I guess first of all, let's update this to-do list. Polish up the gameplay. There's still some anomalous values in hand velocity. Still some anomalous values in hand velocity. And what I mean by that is like sometimes it says your hand velocity is 80 meters a second, which is impossible. I don't even think I don't even know How fast does pitcher's hand, let's say arm, hand move? I don't even think like a baseball pitcher can do it. Okay, so they're hitting like 95. So if you're, yeah, I just didn't know it, but I'm like a professional baseball pitcher. Either that's the case or there's some anomalous values. And then, let's see, so polish up the gameplay, get the plug, and level load, get all the, make sure it's performance on quest. I'm still a little worried, even though I did those initial tests. For some reason, I'm still worried that everything is just kind of going to not work out. And if so, I don't really know what I'll do. But hopefully it just works out. Polish up the gameplay, make sure I get the gameplay. What else? Coins that increase your abilities. I was thinking I would scatter corns, and those would increase your abilities. And then coins that increase your abilities. Global leaderboard. Global leaderboard. For coins found. Okay, and I don't know why I'm hesitant on these ones. I mean, we definitely have the time. I guess it would make me feel a lot better if today we polished the gameplay, and then that would, because I guess the whole time I feel like I'm done, but I still know that the gameplay is not really polished. So that's probably why I'm feeling that way. But let's see if we can do that. Okay, very cool. So I suppose let's start with climb, and let's just kind of systematically go through it and see. We'll just systematically go through it and see what the problems are. First of all, I don't even know if I must have at some point, but I don't even know if I ever like slide speed, distance multiplier. Let's make both of those 1. I don't even know if I ever messed with these. Like addition to angle max, I don't think I ever did. Build climb secondary force wait time, build climbing force, secondary climb force time to average player velocity over momentum dampen. Okay, cool. So let's get in there and climb. Well, wait a second. Oh yeah, and then we need to turn on debugging. And I think that I need to just get rid of this because this pretty much sucks. And that should be good enough. I believe that turns the climb balls on so that I can see. Cool, it does. Okay. So first of all, let me reset. It's always they don't even let you automatically reset the view anymore, Oculus. Okay, cool. So, let me back up and see here. And why does that, you know what, before we get started, okay, I just turned that off. So we'll make a script called turn on if debugging. Nothing crazy. I think that I already, honestly, I'm pretty sure I already had something like this. But I don't know where it is. But clearly something is turning these on. I must have just put it in the climb ball script. Turn the object on if debugging. Cool. Okay, wait a second. It's never going to call any of these. So let's do turn off if not debugging. If testing dot debugging, if you're not debugging, transform the game object dot set active false. Nothing crazy there. Turn off if not debugging. Cool. We'll add turn off if not debugging. Awesome. But we are debugging, so it should stay on. Tell you what, I don't know what this back brace is supposed to do, but it's hurting me more than just not having it. It's like my posture is not used to being so up straight. Okay, so right there, it stopped and I was clearly going fast enough to slide. Shooting web, swinging, idle. And suddenly this line renderer like isn't facing me properly. So maybe let's take a look at that as well. Grabbing wall. Oh. So right there, I flew off of it. I just don't know why. We'll see if we can figure it out. Oh, owie! I'm such a good shot. Okay, anyway. What did I test there? Oh, I guess I was just testing state for a second. No, there was something. Oh, I wanted to take a look into the webbing. Like why the... Honestly, I'd almost rather just use a cylinder. That way it's 3D. Let me think for a second. Because view alignment always has some troubles in VR for whatever reason. close my eyes and I slip away. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm almost thinking that I just want to use a capsule collider. The problem is that the material I'm using is based on the UVs. It's based on the UVs and it's not 3D, and I don't want it to be 3D because 3D Voronoi is going to be a little bit too expensive, I think, for the Quest. I do question, maybe it's... Bool, all latch equals true, collider added. Cool, I don't want it to do this work if it doesn't have to. Let's see here. Where's this line set? Yeah, I figured just there. Okay. How is this silk strand actually being created? Okay, it's in the web container. Okay, cool. Line dot, what was it called? First of all, turn that off. Second of all, what else? Texture mode. What type is this? Line texture mode dot tile. Maybe that would be better. Okay. Let's move myself off of this now that we're testing. Let's just go down here. Well, actually, let's maybe go right here. This looks like a good spot for testing climbing. Okay. All right, and let's take a look. And hey to whoever just joined, we are currently working on making climbing a little more polished. I don't know if you've seen the game before, but you can climb in it. And I'm trying to... I'll show you real quick. And if you've been here before, just let me know who joined. So you can climb. So I've got some debugging here that's just telling me the state of the hand and whatnot. Oh, and that's one of the problems we're having with climbing. Oh yeah, but I just was gonna... Huh. So there's a problem. It can get stuck up there pretty easily. And that thing just does not want to face me. Okay, let's do this. Let's go into the... Oh, Zeno, what's up, dude? How you doing? I'm glad you're back. Let's go into the... Let's go into the climbing parameters. Slide, speed, distance, multiplier. Max side correction, let's call it 3. And let's see what happens. How you doing, Zeno? You having a good day? So the way climbing works, Zeno, is actually that your hands aren't actually really doing anything. I have these balls that follow your hands. And if they're touching a wall, because there was a lot of problems with your hand being in the wall. So if the ball is touching the wall, then you climb. So it's kind of silly, but also works out fairly elegantly. But the problem is sometimes it can get stuck on the top like this. And you see it's still stuck. Let's take a look here. All right, let's really ramp these up. Let's turn this to 3 and let's make this 10. Just to make sure that this is working correctly. All right, you're on top, you grab. Oh. Dang it. You're on top, you grab, you let go. That thing cannot find its way. You know what I'll probably do, honestly? Today, after 6 hours of back-end coding and 2 hours of code reviewing, a little bit tired. Yeah, no, I mean, fair enough. Taking a pause, then I will try No Man's Sky update. Oh, are you enjoying No Man's Sky? I played it right when it came out, but it was like, well, No Man's Sky right when it came out. So people weren't really too pumped about it. Let's see. But I don't know if it's good now. Okay, so let's do this instead. First of all, there's a few things that we can change here. There's this let go, trying to climb on top of a building. We don't really need to do any of this anymore, to be honest. I guess we can do all that. We don't really need to do those things. Just because you can control, using the analog stick, your body a little bit in the air now. So we can probably just get rid of that. Then there's also the ball, the side, I guess it would be in climb ball. But basically, update towards the ball. No, right now it's really good. They added a ton of features. I just don't know what they would add that would change the core mechanic of just kind of like going places and lasering stuff to gather the resource, I guess. If you can speak to that at all. Okay, and I don't know that I even need to do this stuff anymore. I think it's just that. Don't know that I need to do this stuff. What I probably will do instead is say, look at the changelog of the last update. Okay, I'll have to look at it off stream. I don't. Yeah, let's take a quick look. Changelog, No Man's Sky. They mix single and multiplayer mechanics. They mixed single. Companions. Companions sounds cool. This would probably be a little too much for me to look through right now. But basically just, yeah, now you can actually like play with your friends and you have a lot more building and stuff, I think. That actually does sound pretty cool. That does sound more fun. Okay, if transform dot position minus if transform dot position minus to follow dot position dot magnitude greater than CB params dot max distance before snap greater than max distance before snap. This is kind of crude, I feel, but whatever. Generate that variable. Dot position equals to follow dot position. Okay, so basically I'm just saying if it gets too far away. The expedition one. If you just hit me with the biggest feature of it. You don't have to tell me all the features, just what the biggest one is. Okay, then go ahead and snap. Climb ball parameters. This should not be internal, it should be public. Hey, Nick Monet. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. Currently, we are working on making the climbing more robust and just better overall. I never really got around to fixing some of the design flaws in it, so we're trying to get that done before we ship it, obviously. And also, Xeno's in here, so I don't know if you guys have met, but Xeno, this is Nick, and Nick, this is Xeno. I'm doing very well myself. You see, I got my mechanical back brace, so I'm basically a robot now. Oh, dang, dude, and I had a TikTok that exploded yesterday. So I have like 1,000 followers now. Actually, I think I have like 1,200 now or something like that. Yeah, dude, it's extremely epic. I'm super pumped about it. Okay, let's go back. Which should be good for the stream, you know? Well, not quite, because they're kind of separate things, but maybe one day it'll be good for the stream. Okay, distance before they snap. Let's just call it 1 meter. I'm glad you and Tony are friends again, by the way. It's, I hate to see people fighting like that. So, I'm happy for you guys. Okay, let's see. Let's test that again. Come on. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's hard to get away from it. Yep. Okay. How far away can I realistically get from this ball? So I can probably even make it half a meter. I could probably even make this half a meter just to be a little more robust about it. And the nice thing is, even if it snaps into a building, well, let's make it 0.6. Basically, in the new update, they leave the free exploration with a guided one. Now you start in a planet with others and have a... Yeah, okay, that sounds that sounds way better. The free exploration, I guess, just was to... Like, it was weird in their act to make infinite worlds. It kind of all became the same one mundane world where you were like, I don't know, I'm just alone out here in space, which is it's like so isolating to be alone in a like trillion planet universe. I don't know. It seems cool. I'll give it a try. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree. That does sound cool. What was that? Oh, you know what it was? Yeah. Oh, dang it. Boring will be... Yeah, for sure. It was extremely mundane. And they were like trying to drive it along with... They were trying to drive it along with like, oh, there's alien civilizations and you have to find their ruins. And I was like, I mean, I'd rather just hang out with the alien civilizations or fight somebody or do anything. I don't really care about their ruins, you know? Okay, so let's actually do this instead. Let's do player spy dot head dot position, because their chance of their head being in a wall is way less than the chance of their hand being in a wall. Yes, perfect. So now if you got stuck, you're good to go. And the chances of you messing that up are very low. So that's good enough. Okay, what's next? Can't believe. And you run in a desert for 4 hours. Dude, I never even got to the desert, so I'm glad I didn't. That sounds terrible. I mean, at least I was on the worlds that were pretty cool. Like, they were, like, had vegetation and whatnot, the deserts. And then they were like, most worlds don't even have life. And you're like, oh my god, are you serious? Most worlds are just nothing? It's so bad. Most worlds are about as boring as they can be. Okay, so right now this is working well. It's like everything works well until it doesn't. Okay, so that's one thing. The throw off versus the like Yeah, like for some reason I'm being. Oh, you know what? I forgot to check the. So it doesn't look like it's tiling. Does not appear to be tiling. There's strings. Let me write these down as they come. In its own little separate thing. You got anything cool going on, Nick? Let's see. So throw off wall versus let go normal confused. Can bounce off wall when sliding. Silk still looks bad. Switch to capsule. Anyway, I've found a second hand. Oh dang, dude, sweet. What headset is it? It must be the Vive if you're trying to play Alex. Switch to cylinder. Okay, let's see. I mean, I'm here. Let's actually just take a look at it. Let's make sure that those things are being set correctly. Okay. Web right. So you have this web right. It's got a line renderer and a silk strand on it. Underneath it are some nodes. On this one is the collider. Nothing crazy about them, really. It is untiled. Okay, so let's see if we can mess with this. I guess it's a little bit different looking. Oh, dang, dude, you got the Quest 2? Heck yeah, man. Do you have it? Like, you currently have it? Because if so, you should play Awesome Api Orb. And let me know what you think. I still need to play a Half-Life Alyx, by the way. Okay, so you still... Okay, let me know when it comes in, because I'd love you to test out the games. Okay, cool. So it looks like I have two problems with the current way that this is happening. One, it looks bad, I guess I'd say. And two, it doesn't, like... It doesn't face me correctly. So I wonder, basically, if I could... go into Silk, Swing... I wonder if basically I could go into Silk Swing, take a look at this web container. I wonder if in prefabs, webbing, web container, Come on. Okay, cool. It's got this line renderer. I almost wonder if I can add a mesh mesh filter, mesh renderer, and give this okay, I don't know why I did it this way. Okay, now I know why I did it that way. I just don't know why it's not working. Here we go. Cylinder. Okay, I had everything right there. Mesh renderer. You know what? This is a little bit of a problem. And also a 3D printer, you know, today was payday. Yeah, no, I know the feeling. Payday, I'm getting a 3D printer, baby. Okay. What are you gonna 3D print? Okay, so this is kind of a problem here. Because some of my because some of my scripts, and this is why you don't code it this way, they use getChild. Like it assumes that the first child is, but now I'm thinking I need to put a capsule. Now I'm thinking that I need to put a cylinder on this and use that instead of the line renderer. But it would be a child. But it would be a child. And it kind of needs to be a child. But I can't just... And I can't put it on here. I mean, I could just create a... I could create that object. When it's payday, you are a millionaire the day after you're a homeless guy, if you know what I mean. Yeah. No, I certainly do. My payday went straight to my PC and VR headsets. That was basically the only thing I worked for back in college. Okay, for now, let's just not worry about it. Cast shadows off, turn that to tile. Let's get rid of those. And let's go back. And now actually in the code, we don't need to set these things. Cool. Okay, very cool. So back to what we were doing, which was throw off wall versus let go normal confused. Okay, so let's go into climb. Let's take a look at let go. If you're grabbing the wall, cool, fair enough. Okay, grabbing side of building. Trying to climb on top of building. Okay, so you have vector. What is this? Why did I do this? Okay, grab dot up, threshold 30 degrees. Get their average per layer velocity. Time to average the player velocity over. Skip 4. This velocity list is the world velocities. Cool, so I just get their average velocity. Makes sense? Go and eat something. All right, see you later, Zeno. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you later. Oh, and let me know when you get that headset. Okay. Get the average player velocity. Okay, for some reason I get these twice. I must have had a reason for doing the local velocity of the player. But now I don't really know what that reason is. So let's think here. This back thing is killing me. It's literally sitting exactly on where my back is broken. Okay. And then I just throw them up. I don't know. I mean, is this really how I want to do this? Do I even want to do this whole... I feel like I should just... We'll leave it for now. Okay, velocity on a plane. Project onto the plane the average player world velocity, so the way that they're moving, times project onto the plane on the grab normal. So if you're grabbing a wall, the normal's this way, you're grabbing, you're moving, you are, yeah, okay, makes sense. Project that onto the plane. The dot product of these two, which is just going to be 1. Must be the angle between them. Oh wait, sorry. No, it's not. My bad. We're getting the dot product. Why would I be finding the angle like this? Anyway, so it looks like I'm finding the angle between the world velocity of the person and that velocity on the plane. I find the angle, then the dot product of where they're looking, and the grab normal, head in the normal, Then I normalize that to 0 to 1. Addition to angle max. And again, this angle is the angle between my body velocity and what was projected onto what I'm climbing on. So basically what I'm doing here is it looks like I'm saying, okay, if they're looking away from the wall, it's more likely that they're trying to fly off of it. I guess I'm just making that assumption. So first of all, what do I have on addition to angle max? I don't know that I even want to make that assumption. Okay, 0. So it's not affected at all, really. Okay, so right now I'm not making that assumption. Climbing threshold angle, 30. Okay, cool. So basically it should be noted that the climbing threshold, that basically I find an angle between what direction my body is moving as I'm climbing. Is it moving away from the wall? Is it moving up along the wall? And what I project onto that wall. So like my shadow on the wall versus where my body was moving. So basically if it's really close to that shadow, then I want to shoot up the wall. And if it's far away from it, you're trying to throw yourself off the wall. And then you have this climbing params, climb threshold angle. Very cool. And that's all based on our average velocity. Okay. I think skip needs to be a little bit bigger. Let's make this like 8. Skip is basically just a buffer for because you reach the end of your throw, then you let go, and we want you to still move. Okay, cool. It's nothing crazy there. So then the question is what a good threshold is. Because the times when I'm climbing and I kind of go slightly off the wall, is there a better heuristic for this? Like I'm climbing. That's probably why I probably had it higher. I probably had this at like something like 40. And then I probably had this at something like 10. That way it's a little tighter. Okay, and then I set the velocity to whatever it was going to be, and then cool. So if you're coming off the wall Who all cares about this? Hand state, player state, and climb ball. Okay. So the only way you're coming off that wall is if you were over the climb threshold. I don't know why I was doing this all in local space. That's a little confusing to me. That's okay though. So I'm doing a lot of really unnecessary math here, but we'll keep it for now. I don't know what this +1 is for, so I'm going to get rid of it for now. And then you add the normalized throw velocity in the direction. Makes sense. Okay, cool. And let's, while we're at it, let's go ahead and int okay, and let's go ahead and take a look at attempt wall grab. Grab position equals transform.position. Cool, makes sense. Grab normal equals climb ball.last collision normal. Okay, makes sense. Use gravity off. Okay, project their velocity onto the grab normal. You know what it might have, you know what part of the problem might have been? It's because sometimes you wouldn't slide even when you should. It might have been that the climb ball was stuck, but now that that's fixed, this should go a lot smoother. Because this all makes sense to me. Okay, because that all makes sense to me. I still can't imagine why sometimes Still can't quite imagine why sometimes you. What was it that I was looking for? What word? Um, Sometimes you bounce off the wall, which is weird. But who knows? Let's take a look. Let me back up so I can actually use my arms here. Let me reset my view. Okay, cool. Like I'm pretty sure I'm not going straight up there. Like, why did I, you know what I'm saying? Why? I keep coming off the wall. Another thing I just noticed. Okay, for now we'll switch. We'll switch this back to stretch. Hmm. You know what it must be? Well, okay, wait a second. Let me keep my thoughts straight. The bouncing off the wall is okay. The throwing off the wall is okay. Keep my thoughts straight before we... Hey, Magnus. Good to have you here. Sorry if I missed your message there. I haven't seen you around here before. How are you? I'm glad you joined. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so right now I'm trying to figure out how to make the climbing a little more polished. That way it just feels a little better when you're moving around the level climbing. So let's see if we can do that. And then I was basically keeping some thoughts on what I needed to fix. I think you bounce off because... I'm good. Are you making a Spider-Man VR game? So I'm calling it a Spider-like. It's essentially, I guess you could call it like a fan game or a like that. But no, it's not strictly Spider-Man, although in a lot of ways it's very similar. So I'll show you real quick sort of what I got. But yeah, let's see. Have you been here before and just not talked, or is this your first time here? Unfortunately, Zeno just stepped out to eat. I would have liked you to meet him. Okay, so basically, and don't mind these balls right now, they're just for debugging. Oh, guess I bounced off the wall for a second there. Oh, why does the floor look like this? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so basically you can climb. You can sort of throw yourself up the wall to make it faster. You could also push yourself off and do a web sling. But then the city kind of fades in, and you can shoot, and you can swing around. And this game is going to be free, by the way. I'm just making it for fun. Oh, I totally missed. You can sort of run, see if I can get a jump. You can jump. And then my personal favorite, you can build little... So something's wrong with the ground there. And then you can leave it, and you can actually go ahead and, if I can walk up to it, you can climb on these. So you can climb your way over to the wall. This isn't really useful for anything, but boy is it fun. What's going on here? Maybe I just need to reset my view. There we go. Yeah. Right, so you can do stuff like that. You could probably actually toss that on the wall and then climb that way. Obviously, I'm not going to climb that whole thing, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. Okay, and also, welcome, since it's your first time. And thank you for saying that the game looks good. Yeah, do you have a VR headset? Are you going to be able to play it? Because it should be out in, well, it's going to be done pretty soon, but Oculus takes so long to review these things. So, it should be out in like a month or something. Although I could always just add you to the alpha build. And then you can play it whenever. I think, let me get my thoughts straight on this. I think you bounce off because body is against wall and catches it. You fly off sometimes because there's no EPS check on velocity. Okay, very cool. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm using, so you'll definitely be able to play. So that's really exciting. That's cool. Are you enjoying the Quest 2? It's a pretty good headset, honestly. It's getting so close to something that I think could maybe be mainstream. In a PC, so when I want to play PC VR, I use... Yeah, and it's really convenient in that way, where you just plug it up, USB-C, and suddenly it's a PC and it's probably like the best PC headset too, because there's just the one wire, then it has the inside-out tracking, and the resolution is really good. Well, I guess I wouldn't say it's the best PC headset. That's not true. But yeah, it's really, really convenient. Are you looking to make games yourself, or are you... Okay, let's take a look at this here. Sorry, I'm mixing up your messages. I don't know if you just respond to the want to make games thing or if that yes was there before. Not really good at using Unity. What do you mean by that? Like you're not experienced in Unity, or you think that there's something about you personally that makes Unity no good for you? Okay, so what was I thinking? I guess I was thinking I was going to check. I was going to check their velocity and make sure that magnitude was above some value. I mean, it should handle itself, because you just set the velocity. Oh, you know what it is? Because I normalized this. No good, Dom. Equals velocity. Cool, and that's just your player velocity. And then I add force depending on how close that is to the empirical hand speed. And it's got a gain, so yeah, it really shouldn't be a problem there. Okay, so that should be fixed. I'm really good at using Unity. Yeah, how much experience do you have in Unity? Because it takes a little bit. I mean, it's not like you instantly would be good at Unity. Okay, let's see here. Oh, cool, it's only been an hour. We've got a pretty good amount done so far. So my back is... Oh, I broke my back, so I have this brace on. It's not a fashion statement. Let's see. Okay, you bounce off the wall because body is against the wall and it catches it. And you're not a master of Unity development yet? You got 2 hours under your belt? Oh yeah, you should just give up now. You should just give up now. No, you're right, it's not a lot. I think you'll really start to see the magic. Well, do you have any programming experience? I'll leave it at that for you to answer before I move on. Okay, so... Also, what's wrong with the floor? Okay, you don't have any programming experience. All right, so here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want to make games, it's going to take a certain amount of hours before you are able to make them. Literally anybody can do it. It doesn't matter how like simple-minded or genius you are. It doesn't matter. Really, none of that matters at all. What it's going to come down to is how many hours you're willing to invest in it. I would say that if you want to be like you kind of need to do programming if you're going to make games by yourself. But if you have a programmer friend, obviously you can just do art and things like that. But basically, you could go to Codecademy. You look at their catalog. You do C#, which is what you use in Unity. And you can learn C#. After about, let's call it 20 hours of this, and don't give up before 20 hours because you're going to tell yourself, oh, I can't do it, C# too hard, programming's not for me. Literally everybody says that when they start programming, so just whatever. Don't even listen to that side of you. Then, after about 20 hours of this, you'll probably start to understand programming a little bit. You'll say, okay, that's pretty cool. From there, you can switch over to Unity tutorials, which are just abundant everywhere from Unity or from the internet, stuff like this. And you could just start doing these, Unity Essentials, work your way through. After about 20 hours of that, now you're going to be thinking, okay, maybe I could actually make something. And you can get in there and you can start making. But basically, it's going to take about 40 hours of upfront work, which is really not a lot for a skill that you can use for the rest of your life. I mean, you can bust that out in like 2 weeks. Easy. You just do a couple hours a day. I mean, what, there's 7 days a week. You do a couple hours a day. That's 14. So maybe 3 weeks, 2 hours a day. It's really not a lot. And then I guarantee you can make a game. So that's cool. Okay, first of all, let's check out what's going on with the floor. What's this about? Okay, A. What? What is happening? Okay, I will try to learn it. Yeah, if it's something you want to do, for sure. And if you haven't joined the Discord, that's a great community of people who can help you out. I'm in there, obviously, and then some other people as well. And we have all sorts of experience levels. But yeah, I mean, the more hours you put in, the more your creative vision is just going to be able to be whatever it is you want it to be. Which is a really nice guarantee, because you don't always get that in life, where the more hours you put in, the more control you have, and just the better things get. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's really not what it is. Okay, what is happening? Okay, I don't know why that reset. That's okay. And welcome to whoever just joined. I am now a bio robot man. I have a back brace because I broke my back. But that's not stopping me from programming. So if you want to watch games be made, here's a place to do it. We got Magnus in here. Seems like a pretty cool guy. Or girl, I suppose I don't know. And yeah, so welcome. Yeah, and Magnus, let me know if you need any help with anything, or if you have any questions about what I'm doing as I'm going along here. I'm always good to answer those. Okay, for some reason that texture scale reset, so we just put that back, and then, let's see, so now we kind of have this whole, like, there's this buildings material. Yeah, so there's some friction. Maybe I can just set it to 0. And there's no bounciness. Maybe that would fix it. Hey, Zeno, you're back. And I've opened Unity. It's time to learn. Heck yeah, dude. Let's go. Yeah, dude, mess around and let me know if you have any questions while you're doing it that I can answer. When are you going to make textures on everything? So I actually have textures on everything. I'm not an artist, Magnus. So my artistry is fairly low. I really just get what I can get from other people. But I have these textures on it, which is rock. Obviously, they're kind of tiled looking. And then I have this grass down here. And this is why it's a free game and not a game that I make people pay for. It's supposed to just be fun for a few hours, and then you'll probably get rid of it. But it only took me a month to make, so, you know, whatever. But no, I don't tend to make textures. I tend to get them from, like, free game art or Substance Source or textures.com, stuff like this. I source all my art from the internet. So if you're like me and not an artist, yeah, you just grab like this one, if you want it to be brick, stuff like that. So that's cool. Hopefully your lunch was good, Zeno. Are you interested in being an artist, Magnus? Okay, hopefully that helps. And then, let's see here. Yeah, so you can see, Magnus, that there are textures on things. I mean, technically it looks like a rock wall. Did it reset again? Okay, there we go. Okay, but for some reason it's going through the floor. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I'm not so interested. Are you interested in being a programmer? Okay. Let's see. For some reason, it's going through the floor. And why would that be? Because I believe it's like things in my project are resetting or something. Yeah, I mean, I swear to God, this reset. I set this. I know I did. Why would that reset? Okay, who knows? But now it should be back. Okay, very cool. So, programmer, you're up my alley. We got a lot of programmers coming through here. Not a lot of artists yet, but that makes sense because I don't have an artist on the team yet. So, really, the only thing people can watch is programming. Um, okay, that might work. Why is it... Why does it feel like I'm not... Oh, I see. It's my custom... Trying to figure this out. Whoop. Whoop. Make a little bridge. Cool. When no one knows how to code, I want to be a programmer. Yeah, exactly. You're like why you like beg for the simple life after years of programming and sitting on a computer. You're like, you know what would be great if I just was really in Stardew Valley, if I really just was a simple man with simple pleasures. I came off the wall again. Let me see what happens if I hit this really hard. This is the problem with making fun games. While you're making them, you can't stop playing them. Pew! 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 Super web. Okay, cool. So we're working towards something better here. Hey, we got a fourth person in here. Welcome to whoever joined. We have Zeno and Magnus in here. Two good guys. If you want to meet them, feel free. I'm making a game called The Silkworm. It is a spider-like in which you basically, not exactly a point to it, it's more of a proof of concept and it'll be free. So there you go. But you swing around, you climb, stuff like that. You probably just saw some of that. Too many webs, no way. If anything, there's too few webs in this, you know. Let's see. Okay, very cool. So we were working on fixing climbing and making it a little bit more robust. You know what the problem is? When you're sleeping all alone. Yeet, Omelet VR. Hey Yeet, I'm just gonna call you Yeet. Hopefully that's cool. I normally just go by the first part of their names. Welcome to the stream. I'm very glad you're here. Are you a Unity developer yourself, or are you just looking to learn, or are you just interested in the game? As of course it will be free, so perhaps that makes sense. Let's see. I'll also ask if you have a VR headset. Okay, so I am trying to... What was it that I don't know why I did all the math like this. This is so ridiculous. I like found the dot product and then did like arc cosine on the dot product to get the angle. I could have just done like Vector 3 dot angle between, or just angle. I don't know. It's so random. I used to love writing my own code for stuff, which is fair enough. But the game will look 100 times better with bricks or something on the buildings. Hey Magnus, everybody's got their. I'm hearing a lot of. Some people want metal, some people want bricks, some people want. Everybody wants something different for those buildings. If anything, I should build in something in the game that lets you pick what texture you want on the buildings, because people. I just wanted it to feel natural, so I did rock, since you're a silkworm and all. And hey to whoever just joined, it looks like we got a fifth person. So in here currently we got Xena, we got Yeet, we got Magnus. So welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're here. We're currently making a game. You know what? We had a few people just join, so I'll play it. I'll show you guys what it's all about. I am industry in the game, and yes, I do have. Oh, you're like a game developer by trade. Like you're actively. Where are you working? Okay, cool. Anyway, so you can climb. You sort of throw yourself up the wall. This is what I'm working on, making this a little better. You can shoot silk. You can do a silk pull. Huh, that's a bug. How did my hands get in there? I gotta change that real quick before I show you guys, or else I'm gonna forget. Okay, so I've got a scriptable object here. Climb ball. Max distance before snap. Let's go ahead. I guess my arm is probably, let's make it 0.9. That's probably the furthest an arm is going to get away from a head. I don't know. Let's make it a meter. That's basically just that. Well, that would take a little explaining. What is your favorite VR game? Are you asking Yeet or are you asking me, Magnus? Because at some point, I guess everybody's going to start talking to each other, so that's cool. But I'll answer my favorite VR game. What is my favorite VR game? Did I have one that I played a particular amount? I mean, obviously, I think on average, only gummy bear everywhere. Can you find is there a gummy bear texture? I guess it would just be like some sort of gummy texture. Yeah, that's what I should do, some gummy bears everywhere, yeah. I mean, if it's a free game, I guess I can do whatever I want. My favorite's probably Beat Saber, honestly. That's probably the one I put the most time into. I can't think of anything outside of that. Okay, cool. So, yeah, let's show you guys. Yeah, and for anybody in here who's not in the Discord, I highly recommend it if you're trying to learn how to make games. So you slide on the wall if you're moving too fast, which is pretty cool. I need to fix that. You're like not getting enough speed on this wall here when you throw yourself off. Pew, pew. Okay, cool. I'm gonna fall off. Anyway, so then you can put these webs together, so that's kind of fun. You can build a little. Oh, I missed. You can build yourself a little web, and you can't really climb on it unless you go over to it. Oh, guess I wasn't on the wall. Oh, no. Oh, you know what? I didn't back up from my computer. So I'm touching everything. And then you can climb on it. So that's cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see here. Okay, back to it. So we were working on making the climbing good. We're working on making the climbing good. No, I do not make games. I spelt it wrong. I want to play the game. I am... Oh, okay, no problem. My sister's dyslexic, actually, so I feel you on that one. But what was I gonna say? Spoiler, yeah. Yeah, the game will be out. It'll be out, I guess in a month or so, however long it takes Oculus to review it. Because I only have a few more days of development here before I finish it up, I'd say. I just need to add some coins and stuff. Nothing crazy. So let's see here. I think this was honestly probably better 30. Skipping 8 frames. The skip could honestly probably... This is a classic design problem. There's really nothing wrong with the code right now, at least that I know of. This is more of a... Nothing really wrong with the code right now. I'm just getting the design dialed in so that it's actually fun. Put it out on Steam. I actually am not sure how to put it out on Steam. I've never released anything on Steam. But I don't have any headsets to test it necessarily. It wouldn't work on Vive right now because it's using the Oculus plugin. I don't know. That'd be some work that I don't know that I can do. I do not currently have a beta. At some point I will put out an alpha version, and I can, if you're comfortable sending me your email at that time, I can add you to that. But currently I cannot. Just because it's totally not ready. You wouldn't have any fun playing this right now. Well, that's probably not true. You'd probably have a ton of fun playing this, but it's not, I'm not ready to show it. Let's see, addition tangle max, let's make this 0. Let's make it 5. I don't know. All right, let's keep it at 10. Wait, no, I don't like that. Let's make that 0. Yeah, I know people are excited about it, though. I don't know if some of you guys are coming from the TikTok. Because people were pretty pumped up. Okay, so let's see here. So what is it that I wanted to test? First of all, I guess I need to reset my view, which you guys can't see, but I'm resetting it. So something, I think I made that skip buffer bigger and it got worse. So maybe let's put that back to 4. Yeah, Magnus, I have made other VR games. This is actually the second one. So the first one I made is called Awesome AP Orb, and that is currently being reviewed by Oculus. If you'd like, I can add you to that. I've had some problems getting people to actually be able to access the game once I add them to the list. So what did I just bounce off of? Interesting. So again, I'm bouncing off things. It's gotta just be that I would love to try your other VR game. Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll certainly add you to the alpha if you want me to. If basically what it would require is that you send me, obviously in some direct message. I'm not exactly sure how that would work. Can you send direct messages on YouTube? But you would just have to send me the email that you used to sign up for your Oculus account, and then I would add you, and then you would go into your email and say like, yeah, add me to the alpha build or whatnot, and then you could play it and then you like, it's in your preview apps or something like that. Like on your mobile app, you go to library and it's like in preview apps and it's a little bit confusing. But I'm sure you could figure it out. Okay, very cool. Yeah, send it to me and I'll add you to it after this stream, for sure. Okay, so... Okay, lowering the skip seemed to help. Let's actually go ahead and... This is classic design. You just try a bunch of different things and make sure that it works. Let's put this back up to 40 and let's make this 10. And then... Here's a little tip. If you alt-click, it closes everything, so that's convenient. Okay, cool. Oh. Okay, let's take a look here. I send it to you on Discord. What was I just thinking? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. So in climb, if we take a look, the only way that you're not sliding you get the player's velocity and you project it onto the plane made by that grab normal. So really the two options here, okay, and basically what happens here is you have this wall, you grab the wall, it's got a normal, which is basically an arrow pointing out of the wall. You are projecting your player's velocity onto that wall. So basically, like if you had a light behind the player, his shadow on the wall, and then when you grab, so your new velocity is that shadow. So now you're basically moving along the wall parallel to it. But sometimes and then it basically checks, okay, is their velocity greater than the min speed to slide? If it is, then just set their velocity to the velocity, and if it's not, then set it equal to vector 3.0. I do question... Yeah, that's what I figured. It's either that the grab normal is incorrect. That's really all it can be. Because I was definitely moving 8 meters a second. The grab normal is incorrect for some reason. If we look at last collision normal, there's just no way that this is the problem, though. Basically, every time the ball hits something, it sets the... believe there's some sort of on collision stay event. Where is this? Let's try doing this. Don't know if that has performance implications. I know like one time, like the first time I was making a game, I used on collision stay and it like dropped the frame rate like 50 frames. And I must have done something wrong because there's really no reason for it. Like clearly they just have some sort of flag. I don't know though. I don't know. We could test it obviously. But basically now instead of the first time it hits, it's going to do it every single time. I mean, it almost feels like the mesh collider is messed up somehow for the buildings. And yeah, it almost feels like the buildings mesh collider is messed up somehow. So I don't really see how that could be happening. But let's get back in there, let's test it out, and then we'll tweak some values. Ah. Like that was weird. Right, I mean it shot me in a weird direction. At least the wall climbing is working nicely now. Well, not really, actually. Wait. Oh, I see. My body was like... I might need to put some sort of... Yeah, baby! Oh, yeah! I might need to put some sort of... Everything's feeling pretty good. It's never really going to be perfect, and people are probably going to shit on me for it, but... But I'm not having a super hard time getting around, I'll say that. And that's basically what you want. You want it to feel really fluid. And that's why people don't make games like this, because it's hard to get this sort of thing right. But I don't really care. I don't care if people don't like it. Yeah, this feels really good, actually. This might... Oh, look at all the webs are still here. That's fun. Cool. I think it's easier to release the game on App Lab. It is, so that's actually exactly what I'm doing. They basically don't let anybody who's not like Bethesda release a game on the Quest Store because God forbid They have a game that's not by Bethesda on the Quest store. So they released a whole second store called App Lab. They were like, okay, we'll concede, we'll release App Lab. But even App Lab is like insanely hard to, even App Lab, they take like a month and a half to review the game. It's insane. Like the turnaround time is literally insane. So I'm just waiting for it to release there. And I mean, I'm literally going to have like 2-3 games in the works at a time that they're reviewing because they're so slow. Okay, cool. So I would say climbing feels pretty good. Now let's take a look at jumping, which might honestly be too much for my back. For those of you who are new, I'm wearing this brace because I broke 2 of my vertebrae, which was fun. And then now it's healing up. Let's see. But I need this stupid brace that actually is more uncomfortable than just not wearing it. So I'm not exactly sure why I'm wearing this brace, but whatever. Okay, let's see. So we'll just put me on the floor. What do you guys think about the new Pokemon game coming out? I know that's like super off topic. But I'm like, I saw the Pearl. I don't know if you guys play Pokemon. I saw the Pearl remake and I was like, oh my god, I'm so mad. This looks so terrible. Because I wanted like a Breath of the Wild style Pokemon. I thought that's what they were working towards. But then I saw that at the same time they were making the Legends of Arceus or something. And that's like literally exactly what I wanted in a Pokemon game. So I'm super pumped about it. Anyway. Alright, that was too off topic. Let's get into jumping. Where are you from, Magnus? Are you from the United States or? Oh, my cord is stuck. This is the problem with VR development. You freaking always stuck on something. It's so ridiculous. Cord. Okay, cool. Okay, so I have this jumping mechanic. So that's pretty fun. Oh, no, okay. No, maybe it's not really having any problems. Okay, so, like, it's like really inconsistent. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm swinging my arms at the same speed and it's telling me that they're moving at... Like, I just moved so fast. And then watch. Yeah, it'll like suddenly say that I moved at 300 miles an hour. I don't know what that thing is, but I want to get up on it. Oh! Whee! Oh, yay. No, no. Okay. So I guess the question is... Denmark! Oh, nice, dude. I used to have a crush on a girl from Denmark back when I lived in Austria. Her name was Cora. She's very beautiful. But I don't know that I've ever been. I used to live in Austria, so I was like just, not just below, but near you guys. I must have gone to Denmark at some point. What's your guys'? You guys have but yeah, I was always a fan of Europe. I like Europe to a certain degree. Now it's kind of more just like America, Europe. I'd say it's kind of just like, I guess not America 2.0. I guess I would say that all countries are kind of assimilating under the same culture to a certain degree, and that Europe and the US are closer in that sense. But okay, this jumping. Let's see. the jumping. I guess let's take a look at the script. Oh, you know what I haven't tested? That I'll test out real quick. You should be able to jump from a swing. Oh, dang it. Because so I wanted it to be that you could jump from the swing, so maybe we'll have to take a look at that. Oh my god, this thing is literally destroying my back. Oh. Owie. Okay. Let's keep going. Or player states swinging. First of all, let me make sure that that state is set correctly. Because it might actually not be, to be honest. Look at that. It's not. I never said it. Okay. So it just thinks you're free falling when you're swinging. Okay, so that's probably why you can't jump while swinging. Let's see here. So what do we need for that? Basically, we have these. So we have a player state, and cares about stuff like that. Okay. Swinging left, swinging right. Do I ever set these? Okay, looks like I don't. So let's look at silk swing. Shoot, release. Silk latched. Okay, so who cares about on silk latched right now? If you guys don't know what an event is, that's what I'm using here. Basically, in this script, there's an on silk latched, and anybody can say like, yeah, let me know when the silk latches. And then it says, okay, I'll let you know. I'm letting you know right here. It has latched in this script. And so I'm wondering who cares. The hand states do. Let's take a look at how hand state handles it. Okay, on silk latched, on silk abandoned. Let's go back to the player state. Hand stuff. Okay, cool. Let's copy this and do it again. But this time for the left hand. Climbing. Swinging. Okay. Swinging. And these comments don't actually have anything to do with code. It's just so that I can read it a little bit better. Okay, very cool. And then we have these basically you're saying like, oh, okay, I care when the silk latches, and when it latches, I want you to run this code here. So that code doesn't exist yet. So I'm gonna make a region for it. We'll call it swinging, which is just another way to organize code. And I'm gonna say void silk latched. I think it takes in a silk node. Void silk released. They've started swinging. They ended their swing. Cool. Okay, what's the problem? No overload, delicate transform. Okay, cool. It looks like it actually just takes in a transform. So we'll change that and that should be good. Okay, released actually takes in a... Must be a silk node, right? Or a lead node. Oh, it takes in a silk node. Oh. Okay, it doesn't take in anything. Cool. Okay, very cool. So then in here, we'll want to say, basically, I guess... dang it. Okay, fair enough. We're actually going to need to double this down. Oh wait, never mind, no we don't. This is a little bit maybe of a silly way to do this, to just like create more methods, but that's fine. It's basically, we just need to determine if it's right hand or left hand, so then we're going to make different methods for each of these. And then we'll come down here. And we'll copy those, and we'll make this one right, this one right. I'm going to see a movie with my family. See you later another day. Yeah, dude, Magnus, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And hopefully you enjoy the movie. And, you know, I'll ask you what movie you saw some other time. I'll let you go now, but that sounds fun. So hopefully, oh yeah, and I'll send you the game. So let me know what you think of it once you get it going. I'd be interested to hear. But yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining. All right, swinging left equals true. Silk released left, swinging left equals false. Okay, cool, and hopefully this goes well. Before we get into this, let me actually just check something. When I'm switching hands, I'm worried that the state does not update correctly. But if I coded it correctly, it should so. So you can see the hand states right there. Shooting, swinging, idle, swinging, idle, idle, cool, idle. Okay, awesome. Okay, very cool. So then when you set the state, basically do something like this. Except instead of climbing, it'll be swinging. Well, okay, let me think. There's kind of ambiguity in the states. Uh-oh. This could be a problem. There's a little bit of ambiguity in the states here. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know that I've had to deal with this before. Because I don't know that swinging necessarily takes precedence over climbing. So you're either free falling, standing, climbing, or swinging. But you can be grabbing a wall, shoot a web. At which point you're both climbing. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I don't actually check that it's climbing anywhere. Okay, maybe it doesn't matter for now. Let's just give swinging precedent. Alright, let's go in here. Okay. Standing. Swinging. Standing. Swinging. Standing. Swinging. 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 Climbing. Free falling. Swinging. Free falling. Swinging. 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 So I'm actually not sure why. I don't know that I ever coded it in. But it seems to be working, so that's nice. Okay. Wait, sorry. Let me check something out real quick. Takes like half a second for it to know that it's free falling. That's probably fine though. Let's see here. Yeah, what? When you jump, player jumps, who cares about this? Silkswing does. And I've tried forgiveness. Swinging, shooting web, release the silk. Yeah, okay, nothing crazy. Release silk from jump. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, you're either just transferring hands or letting go. Okay, that's fair enough. And welcome to whoever just joined. I'm currently trying to fix, I guess, the jump mechanic in the game. It works, but there seem to be anomalous values where sometimes you jump far, sometimes you don't really jump that far. I don't know, it's weird. And it's supposed to be based on your hand movement, but I'm not really seeing that empirically. Like the code should say that. Oh, okay, cool. Magnus, you're just back. Very cool. What movie were you going to watch? I think I'm not using this back brace right. I'm like sitting scrunched over in it, and so it's putting a lot of pressure on me. I have to sit like this. Oh, you don't even know it. Okay, fair enough. I don't know if there are any good movies coming out recently. Oh, Magnus, if you haven't tried Big Screen, that's a great app for watching movies in VR. Super cool. Maybe the resolution isn't quite enough right now for it, but it'll get there. Okay, cool. So I got the state working, and you can jump from your swings now. I and all this math is correct. I have seen Ready Player One. I actually read the book as well. It was one of the few books I've read. Um, it was all right, I thought. It was mainly carried by the like intensely cool idea of a VR world that's that good, but I didn't think the story itself was really all that interesting. Um, but like, of course, everybody wants a VR world that's basically like you're in it, so that's a cool idea. Okay, have you seen it? Oh, okay, wait. I'm sorry, Magnus. I gotta sit back for a second. This I might have to call it. My back is really hurting. You know what I could do? Actually, I could just take this off. Ugh. You've seen it 3 times? Holy crap, dude. You really like it. I think I've seen it twice. Okay, I'll take that off for an hour. Okay, and then you jump. Jump direction. Project that onto a plane. That's so ridiculous. They're not going to flip over later. Vector 3 dot up. 2 projection. Normalize it. Average speed minus hand speed threshold. And you kind of intervalize it. And then you add force. Okay. The book is long, and I'm going to read the book. I don't think it's that long, isn't it? Just like 200 pages or something? Like 300 pages? Ooh, okay, it's a little bit longer than I thought. It's a quick read though, and I'm a slow reader. I think it's very basic. There's nothing really crazy that happens in it. Okay, I would say maybe it's the gain, but that's not really how gain works. Gain will keep it within 0 to 1, so I don't think it can be that. Jump direction was normalized. Jump max speed. Okay, let's see. Alright, so check this out. Debug max speed. Basically, this checks your left hand, and if it's greater than the max speed, max speed is the velocity, the local velocity, and then log it. So we're basically going to figure out how fast a hand can move. Let's see here. Okay, so let's open up this console so that we can see the values. So it already has 131 on there. Okay, give it 1 second. Let me restart this, but with the hands already tracking. All right, so we got up to 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah. And so now it's saying that I went from 10, which was the fastest I could get going, to 52. It's saying I literally did it 5 times faster. So that's clearly not possible. Let's run it again. Okay, so my fastest is 12. I think I could probably believe. So that says 117. This, so clearly there's some sort of error, but I don't see how there really could be, to be honest, because, all right, you be quiet, dog. Okay, cool. Because if we look at how the velocity is calculated, you take the position local, you minus the old position, and you minus the frame. Each frame old position local equals the position, and the new position equals get position local. Alright, I'm gonna let this dog in because she's losing her mind. Hey, I know you guys want to hang out. Come on in. We got 2 dogs, Magnus. I don't know if you like dogs, but... Oh. Ah, stop. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is, well, you can't see him, but we got Echo and we got Coda. Yeah, I know, it's good stuff. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but the equation for velocity is just change in position over change in time, which, if you look at a code, you have the old position, and then you get the new one from last frame, and then you get the new one, and then and we'll take a look at that in a second, and then you basically do the new position minus the old position divided by the time from that frame. Divided by the time from that frame, which is the exact formula for that, so that's correct. Yeah, I think people would be hard-pressed not to like dogs. I think even people who don't like dogs probably like them from afar. They just don't like how much energy they bring up front. But yeah, so we've got two. They're pretty cool, but they're also pretty crazy. Let's see. Alright, let's look at this get position local. Transform that local position. Nothing crazy there. What are you whining about? You're literally in here with me. Okay. And then, do you have any dogs, Magnus? By the way. Okay, so then velocity local equals position local minus hold position local. So that's just all correct. Okay, very cool. What type of dog is it? So now I'm wondering, let's print out time dot delta time. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Because either something about the positions are messed up or time dot delta time is messed up for some reason. I wonder if I can get this dog is so ridiculous. Yeah, I think they got rid of the... I think it was only a few months ago that they had... What is this person saying? How do you get the XR node state? Let's check out what's on device. Oh, okay, very cool. This is a nice looking dog. That's fun. Yeah, dogs are fun. I mean, it's pretty clear why everybody likes them so much. Device dot... We close the store again, please, for now. How long have you guys had that dog? There's got to be some way for me to get, like... I'm just wondering if Unity has themselves solved this problem that I'm trying to solve. Common usages. Oh, okay, so it's a new dog. Is it a puppy then? You guys like just got a puppy? That's exciting. Hopefully that's what it is. Yay. There's got to be some sort of local velocity, right? Okay, very cool. Well, that's fun. Yeah, I haven't had a puppy in a long time. Okay, Okay, so this is one thought. Maybe I can just use the device velocity and... No, not really though, because I'm using the local velocity. So, local being local to the body. That way when you're moving really fast, you can still do a jump. And it doesn't mess with it. I don't know that there's any way to convert that, unfortunately, without relying on the older system that I was using. Again, I'm just trying to figure out how to get rid of the, like, weirdly high velocity values that I was getting. Anyway, let's go ahead and just do the outputting of time.delta time. And let's see what that gets us. You know what I wonder, honestly? Wait a second. Let me watch this more closely. But even if this did change, I don't think it would matter because even if there was like a really big value, I just don't see why that would matter. Let me think. It might. I almost wonder if it's something weird to do with. Where is it? With update and update tracking type. I'm almost wondering if it has something to do with when the controller's position is updated. And like that somehow that doesn't align with the frame updates. Although does that even make sense considering I'm sampling the position? Considering I'm sampling the position within. Does that even make sense considering I'm sampling in update? So this is always going to happen on that time dot delta time. I mean, yeah, I guess it could like lag behind. Okay, let's output this and see what that gets us. Let's use this. Which is Unity's like XR input system way of doing this. So maybe it's better because like this is custom code from me. So it's possible that's somehow getting messed up. Is that not how this works? Okay, fine. Let me check how this works real quick. vector 3, speed, if all right, let's see if that's, maybe it will be local. Maybe we'll get lucky and it's local. All right, let's see what this gets us. So I'm just going over the math in my head real quick. I mean, is it possible that I'm... Okay. It is local. Maybe this is maybe this will solve our problems. As you see, they're outputting 0 there. Okay, let's try this instead. This could be really a good thing. And that makes sense that they would do local because you can get from local to world, but you really can't get from world to local. I don't think, at least not in my head. Okay, cool. So let's do this. I see. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Hopefully this fixes our problem. That would be really freaking sweet. Somehow it's made it worse. All right, 1 second. Looks like if you're slow enough with your hand, looks like if you're slow enough with your hand at all. Where's the cooldown? Is there not a cooldown? I guess it's this not calculating jump. And so the cooldown might as well be jump speed average time, but I think we'll just do a cooldown instead. Jump cooldown equals, I mean, what, you're not going to jump more than every 1 second? Say 2 seconds. Cooldown timer. Okay, cool. So then basically okay, so then basically you want to say if you should jump and you're not calculating the jump and the jump cooldown timer is less than the jump cooldown time, go ahead and jump. Go ahead and calculate the jump speed. And then in here, you would jump, and then we'll say jump. We'll say cooldown timer equals 0. And then basically every frame or we'll do a void update, which is called every frame, and we'll say cooldown timer plus equals time dot delta time. Okay, cool. So now what we have is basically a cooldown timer that resets when you jump, and every frame that counts up. So if you jump, it'll set it to 0, and then it'll be less than jump down cooldown, which is 2. So it'll wait 2 seconds before you're able to do it again. And then it'll just keep counting into like infinity, and then once you jump, it'll reset again. So that should work. Yeah, that should do it just fine right there. That should be pretty good. Oh, woo! Not going off the edge. I feel like I'm gonna bang my hands. Okay, interesting. So that's very not good. Now it looks like... So we're now using Unity's values for the velocity. We're not even calculating velocity. We're just getting what Unity says the hand velocity is. You know what it probably is? I can't see it, but it must be losing tracking. Okay, there's also something else I want to do real quick. Player jumped. Who cares about this? A few people actually, including jump movement. But I want to put a float in here. I want to pass basically I want to pass a float, and then in jump sound effect, I want this to take in a float strength, and then I want to say audio dot volume equals strength divided by, I guess, 0.5 plus, or let's call it strength divided by 0.8, which will make it from 0 to 0.8, and then we'll add 0.2. That way it'll be based on the strength of the jump, which I think will be pretty cool. Strength. Okay, cool. And if you have any questions about what I'm doing, Magnus, I'm pretty ahead of time, so I can take the time to explain it. It's not a big deal. And then I want to invoke Okay, very cool. So that should be good. I mean, we can even just talk about random stuff, even if it's not what I'm doing. It doesn't really matter to me. That's even, you know what? So the reason, I don't know how much math you do, but the reason all right, come on. Okay, so this takes in a value between 0 and 1, and that will determine its volume. Strength comes in, it's a value between 0 and 1, so I divide it by 0.8, that makes it a value between 0 and 0.8. Then I add a base of 2. That means that no matter how weak your jump is, you'll still have a little bit of volume, and then the rest of it will be determined by strength. I think I'm probably... Let's just do this. And let's also rename this jump strength. It must lose tracking somewhere back here. Oh, it does. Yeah, I'm the silkworm, baby. Oh man, I was hoping I would kind of. Yeah, this is feeling really good. It's really coming together. Slowly work my way up to my web. Okay, cool. And then okay, so what it probably is that when it loses tracking, it then re-gets the tracking, and in that frame, in like 0.01 seconds, it's gonna move like a really far way, and then suddenly it'll be all messed up. So if we go over to hand, okay, so basically the problem is that the local velocity, so it disconnects. When it reconnects, initialize lists. No, I mean, dang it. Maybe it needs to, maybe you need to wait a frame after connecting. Let's do that. Let's just wait 2 frames. This is a little silly, but delay frame. Let's just delay 3 frames. Let's say it takes 3 frames for it to recenter the hand. I really thought I had it there for a second when when I realized like, oh, it's not. It's even when it's connected, it doesn't reset the velocity. So, oh, you know what? Wait, no. No, that is right. That is right. Because this, even though it's reinitializing the lists when it connects, the old position is still going to be very far away from the new one. Okay, so I don't think we need to do this waiting. We'll keep it here for a second, just in case. Keep it there for a second, just in case. Oh, you know what? But my local velocity, I'm not even using the old position and new position. And man, I keep going back and forth on this. I'm not even using the positions anymore. I'm using this. And it's still messed up. So it must just get like a really egregious... Okay, so we're back to where we were. We're back to where we were. We need this, and we're gonna... When it connects, we're gonna go ahead and wait. How many frames? Let's do something that's safe and then we'll whittle it down. Let's say 10 frames. It's probably just 1 frame and then it'll be updated. But let's go 10 frames. Then let's go back into jump movement and let's do this max hand speed again. Okay, so basically what happens now is when the device connects, it's basically going to say like, oh, you know what the problem might be though? I don't know that it actually calls disconnect. Let's log this. I don't know that it'll actually call disconnect. Left hand connected. We just have to figure out how this works, essentially. Left hand connected, left hand disconnected, cool. Because basically, like, if you put the controller down, it can disconnect. Stuff like that. So you don't want to be measuring values from it when it's disconnected, obviously, or anything like that. But left hand connected, disconnected, connected. Wait. Okay, let's see if we can get it to disconnect. Well, let's get a good value there. Okay, and then let's see if we can get it to disconnect. I am 26, Magnus. So sort of mid-20s. I've been doing Unity Dev for 6 years or so now. Okay. Well, now I'm a little confused. I was really expecting when it reconnected. So it was not calling disconnect. I was really expecting when it reconnected that max speed value would be very high. But we weren't getting anything like that. Okay, so it does not disconnect or reconnect. You're 12. Okay, very cool. That's a good age. It's a good age to be nowadays. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to make games and you got a head start now, you'd be as good as I am by the time you're 18. So you'd be in a good place. That would even be before college, or I don't know what age you guys go to college over in Denmark, but let's see here. Okay, so it does not appear that when you lose tracking that it disconnects it. But it also didn't appear that it was the loss of... It also didn't appear that it was the loss of tracking that was messing it up anyway. Maybe, I mean, perhaps it's just not messed up anymore. Perhaps I was just... Now it could be just be a quirk of the calculations. But we can easily test that using this max speed. All right, let's check it out. Let's see if we can get a number that's large. We might have already done this and I just forgot it. I don't recall. What is that? 5. Okay, well, it doesn't look like I'm getting crazy values, so that's good. Okay, so maybe I did fix it. Maybe it's the gain. Maybe the gain is making it really weird, because if you look at a gain function, so basically you probably haven't gotten to functions in math yet, but if you have a graph and this goes from 0 to the number 1, and this goes from 0 to the number 1, it might be a little too much to explain. But basically this is what the curve that I'm talking about looks like. So, and honestly a gain of 0.7. Let me see if I have... Do they have gain on here? Okay. A gain of 0.7 might make it like the response curve really weird. So let's get rid of this. And it was saying I had a max hand speed of 6. Okay, 7, fair enough. Jump cooldown, let's make that 1.2. .3 actually. .3, okay, sorry, these are just design qualities now. I'm just tweaking numbers to get what I want. Okay, because you have the average speed minus the hand speed threshold. 5, 6, 7, 8. Dance with me in my backyard, boy. Looking super fine in your corduroys. Cool, let's check it out. Woo! When you get a good swing in, Magnus, there ain't nothing like it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think it's fixed. Ah. Cool. Whew. I think we did it, Magnus. I think we fixed it up. I want to say that's pretty much everything. It was stressing me out. Stick to the wall. Oh, man. What was I about to try? There was something I was about to try. I get so lost in the game. Oh, yeah. Okay, it seems like it would appear that there's a bug with the silk pulling where if you do them both at the same time, the audio is messed up. So let me check that out. No, it looks like I have them split up. Looks like I have them split up. Okay, but there's another bug in here where basically I set the position of the sound to be where the hand is. I set the position of the sound to be where the hand is. Transform.parent equals silkpole.transform. And then let's do transform.local position equals vector3.0. Basically, I'm just putting it on the hand permanently. That way I don't have to worry about this. And hopefully that fixes it. You were gone that whole time, Magnus? I was having conversations with you. What the heck, dude? Nah, I'm kidding. No worries. It didn't say you were gone. Well, now it says you're gone. I don't know if you're back. You know, I'd actually like a little bit of... Ooh, game's getting close to finished, Magnus. I'm pumped, baby. I've always wanted to show this game to people. Let's give it a little bit of a global quality to it. And let's go ahead and set the pitch equals random dot range anywhere from, I guess, 0.6 to 0.8, 0.9 or something. Or just give it a little bit of variation. Not changing the pitch in acceptable quantities. Like the pitch is like ha ha. So changing the pitch of it in acceptable qualities of a audio clip, like a sound that you're playing in the game, normally gives some variation. It feels pretty good. So let's take a look. Huh. Okay, that doesn't seem like it's working for whatever reason. And I'm not gonna lie, I get a little bit scared and my heart is on wings and my death. Top of our lungs we sing. La di di da di di da di da di da. Everything is perfect. Okay. And all our words are worth it. Sorry, what am I doing here? It's getting towards the end and I'm losing it. I do this every day, Magnus. So it takes it takes a lot of hours to get a game made. So I'm doing it Monday through Friday, 2 to 5. So you're always free to join me. And I'd love to have you. But yeah, I I don't, here, let me, so I don't know why this isn't working. Let's take a look at it real quick. But yeah, no, I stream every day, unless I break my back, and then I take 2 weeks off, which is what just happened. But now I'm back, so it's okay. What was it called? Building climb forest. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what was happening there. Okay, very cool. I see that somebody just joined. I apologize. We're basically finishing up the stream now. However, you're free to introduce yourself, or if you've been here before, let me know who it is. And today was a really good day. I'll show. Well, we didn't necessarily get anything like done, which is not true. We basically polished up a lot of the stuff that really wasn't working. So now jump works a little better. Oh, I'm gonna hit something. I fixed some audio on the web swinging there, and I fixed some problems with the climbing. So that's nice. What just happened? What did I just hit? What did I hit? I think I might be hitting the web or something. Whatever I'm hitting, I can't see it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we got that stuff in. So that's all pretty good. Yeah, but it was a good day. Thank you to everybody who joined me. We had a good number of people today. It's getting pretty exciting. So if you're not part of the Discord, feel free to join. It will help you. It'll help propel your Unity career into the future. No, but it's just a bunch of people who are Unity developers. So if you need help with anything, you can get it there. Link to that is in the description. And other than that, thank you everybody for joining. This was really great. The game is almost done, and I think everybody's going to have a lot of fun playing it. So, yeah, have a good day.